Exactly. So let's take a look at the schedule here quickly as we are running out of time here on episode 1 of season 2 of Gold Ball Sports. The Wildcats open up Friday night at home against Stewart's Creek. Stewart's Creek 6A team went 6-5 last year. They come out of Region 4 6A. It's a home game. I'm taking Stewart's Creek. Ken?
Yeah, and I heard you on your podcast. That's difficult for you to do as a play-by-play announcer, but hey, you call them the way you see them, partner. And that's a 6A school this season that plays in a tough region. They did win 6 games last year. You know, Tullahoma was clean Friday night, didn't turn the ball over. Defense was strong. Tullahoma got off to a 17-zip lead, had an interception on the first drive, had a fumble recovery. They get Ethan Hargrove back this week, who's been absent from the preseason. If Tullahoma can avoid silly penalties, tackle well, and play complimentary football, I think they're going to win this game at home and shock Stewart's Creek. I'm going to say Tullahoma 1-0 right there off the bat.
Wildcats will travel to Coffee County for the Coffee Pot, the 97th Coffee Pot. Week 2, Red Raiders lost a lot of people, had the best team in school history. They went 9-3 and won a playoff game, best season in 100 years at Coffee County. What are the odds they match or even come close to that? Very slim. Coffee County, bad. Tullahoma wins Coffee Pot.
Yeah, Tullahoma, you know, the secondary is easy money. Talked about the one deficiency I saw, and there were a couple guys out. Grizzard was out, Hargrove was out. Tullahoma needs to get faster in the back end. In the secondary, Cole Pippinger is a dual threat quarterback that can light you up. I don't know what kind of weapons he has coming back, but I too like Tullahoma on the road to win the Coffee Pot.
Next, week 3, the Wildcats travel to Rockvale High School in Rockvale, Tennessee. Rockvale 3-7 last year. Also coming out of Region 4 6A. They got some really tough teams. I like Tullahoma to go to Rockvale and win it. I don't know why.
I think this is a tough game, so I'm going to go against you on this one. I'm going to pick Rockvale to pull the win just because it's a trap game for Tullahoma. You have your season opener, and then you have Coffee County. It's a sandwich game between Coffee County and Franklin County, 2 of your biggest rivals. Rockvale wins, Tullahoma drops to 2-1.
Wildcats travel to Winchester to take on Franklin County. Game number 4. The Rebels coming off a good year, their best year in a decade. That's home. Finished 7-3. Tullahoma will host Franklin County, not go to Winchester. We'll do that next year. Franklin County comes here. I like Tullahoma. This is a region game. I like Tullahoma to beat the Rebels.
One of my favorite games. I was born in Winchester. My dad used to take me and my brother over to Winchester when Moose Bolden was coaching in the 70s. Remember running back named Terry Van Zant. So this is a rivalry I've loved for a long time. Tullahoma is going to beat the Rebels. 3-1 for Tullahoma.
Wildcats then go to Fayetteville, take on Lincoln County, another region game. In fact, a few region games in a row here. Lincoln County lacking in speed. Again, all of Tullahoma's success is predicated on health.
Yeah.
Because the Wildcats do not have the kind of depth that they had in 2020 and 2021. They just don't have it. So these critical players got to stay healthy. If they do, Tullahoma goes to Lincoln County, rolls all over the Falcons.
I'm more concerned with equipment failures on the field than I am the Falcons, Scott, as you well know. So Tullahoma over the Falcons.
Columbia comes into Wilkins Stadium on September 22nd. You're right. It's going to be fun to be matched up again with the Lions. Some great games that we had with them 10 years or so ago. They won a state championship. The best player I've ever seen, football player at Columbia, was Tredarius Goff. He was a beast. He led them to a state championship. He's now their head coach. This is his first year. So, first-year coach, watch him in a couple of years. I like Tullahoma to beat Columbia at home.
Well, Columbia always has great athletes, especially at running back and receiver. So Tullahoma will have to match skilled players there, but I like Tullahoma as well.
All right, 9-29, Lawrence County at home. 10-6, Warren County at home. I don't think either one of these teams can touch Tullahoma's speed. Cats should blow these guys out.
Yeah, I think Tullahoma will be geared up for the run game of Lawrence County and get revenge on them from last season's loss at home at Tullahoma. And then the Pioneers, not nearly as good as they were last year.
Hopefully, on October 13th, when Tullahoma has its bye week, hopefully Moore County's playing somebody good at home, because they're going to be a fun team to watch this year. Moore County, state title contender in Class 1A. On the 20th of October, Tullahoma goes to Spring Hill. There's no reason to expect any competition even from Spring Hill. They didn't even compete last year. Look at the scores. They're all 60-0. And then Tullahoma finishes the season at Shelbyville. I think the Golden Eagles, along with the Wildcats, are going to be the most improved team in Region 5-5A this year. Coach is in his second year. They got a lot of money pumping into the football program at Shelbyville Central High School. I think this game decides who finishes number 1 and who finishes number 2. Final game of the season for the Region 5-5A championship. Tullahoma goes to Shelbyville and beats the Golden Eagles.
Boy, that's an earth-shattering, exciting prediction part. I like that. Wouldn't it be a special game for us to call? And normally this is a schedule flip. Tennessee normally plays Georgia at the first of schedule. They drop back. Same thing with Shelbyville. We've opened up on Thursday nights with them the last several years. That game drops to number 10 in the rotation. I like where it's at. Both teams should be playing their best football there before the playoffs. A lot should be on the line. I like the Wildcats in that one to go 91. I think we both picked them 91.
9-1. Our predictions for the Wildcats.
And I was going to say, both predicted 9-1, and we're going to see, because that's where I'm sitting as well.
Yeah,
9-1
Facebook
Wildcats.
audience, we want to know what you think about the Wildcats. You've seen their record. What are they going to do? There's 10 games. Scott and I both have them at 9-1.
Keep in mind that Region 5-5A will match up against Region 6-5A in the playoffs, and that region is loaded. Page, Nolensville, Centennial. So playoffs are going to be tough. If you don't finish first in Region 5-5A, or at least host a game, I don't think you got a chance to win that opening round. So